There we go, son. There we go, son. Yeah, son. I'm in there, son. I'm in there, son.
We better. Okay, so it's not ringing now, so it's not me. Or I don't think it was me, but you know.
Nah, you know, that's straight out of Warrensburg. I know what that is. That's where those suspenders and them long johns is at. Where you at?
Hey man, what y'all got going on, man? Y'all working with cricket over there or what?
Oh, there you go.
Ooh, you need some light, bro. We can't see you.
There
You need
you
some light.
go. Yeah, there you go.
You need some light on your face. You got light behind you.
There you go. See, when they come on here, boy, they get real staticky.
I'm gonna know. You need to know. Woo. Like, that's a little better. There you go.
What's
better, buddy.
There go Nate. Everybody.
What's good? What's good?
Hey. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But we here.
Hey, seen a pair of phone bill, Nate. Hilarious. Look, I know, let me see, we're a little late. We're running on CPT. 6:09, not too bad. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule, because I know we got some very special people on this podcast. Where woo?
Happy hour.
We got some very important people on this podcast, you know, and life gets the best of us, but you made time to be here. Again, for those watching, this is Full Count Sports Fork Podcast, a woman's perspective. I got it. Look, second glass today. Don't blame. I know somebody.
What that jug at you be carrying around?
Oh, we judging today. But it's all right. Like I said, thank you for being on. The purpose of this podcast today is really just to give you all your flowers now, especially when it comes to our area, as far as players, coaches, just people in general. And so I know that there are other people who could be a part of this podcast as well, but you all are here, and I appreciate you for that. Also, Terry Nooner and Ebony Halliburton, because they are D1 coaches, the NCAA, their compliance officers said no, because they're in dead period, so they couldn't be on with high school coaches because of the whole recruitment thing. You know, I have a love-hate relationship with the NCAA, so I'm gonna just leave it right there, you know, because I do want a job sometime soon. So with that being said, I'm not Steve Harvey, but I'll go ahead and bring y'all out, you know, the best way I know how. We have Miss Katrina Johnigan, head girls basketball coach at Center High School. Eylesia Dunn, head women's basketball coach at Raytown High School. Mr. Nodie Newton, our seasoned vet on the panel. He is also the head boys basketball coach at UA. Ed Woo Wilson, he'll always be woo to us. Mr. is the assistant coach at LU. We also have Boo Richardson, who is the newly found head coach at Northeast. Congratulations, my guy. I said it before, I'm gonna go ahead and say it again. And then last, but definitely not least, we have Mr. Nate Johnson, assistant coach at, what are we calling y'all now?
Central Missouri.
Central Missouri, you know, UCM, whatever you want to call him. In Warrensburg. We thought he was going to come on with a suit today, but I'm glad you forego that. So really what I want to do is hop right into it. I know you got some things you got to do today. Normally
I'm good. Since I might be the baby, so I can go last. I'm good.
Go last. All right. So we're going to skip Boo momentarily, and we're just going to go into the women. First and foremost, we have Miss Katrina Johnigan. Although she is not, you know, a Kansas City per se native. She didn't do high school here. She did college here. So, excuse me. She did college here at Penn Valley, but she's a transplant and she's been here. And I'm assuming you still love it here because you're still here. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
We just need confirmation. Otherwise, I was going to go ahead and deactivate. But Miss Trina, first question I just want to give to you is, I know that you've been coaching now for a while. Center, of course, you're most known for, and you've done a lot of things within that program. And so I just want to know, or for you to tell the people, why is it that you chose coaching after playing?
I think it really chose me, to be honest. Not gonna lie, I wasn't gonna be a coach. That was not my dreams or aspiration when I finished. I was cool just being a mama and working. Then an opportunity came up. Hold on 1 second.
That's mama duties.
Where'd she go? Trina left? All right, well, we're gonna skip right on over.
Good, I'm back. I had these little technical difficulties. This is all good.
All right.
Me laughing, y'all. Okay, but anyways, like I said, okay, for real, the real reason why I got into coaching is my uncle. Not gonna lie, I was not doing this at first. I did not want to do coaching. Opportunity kind of laid in my lap. It's so funny that Eylesia's on here because my first coaching opportunity was coaching her. A lot of people don't know that I was down at Milestone when they were having like a girls and boys prep program. I was down there and she was down there and it's like, hey, we got this girl, we need a coach. I'm like, I play. I don't know nothing about no coaching, but hey, okay, sure. My uncle's like, you need to go down there. You need to go ahead and take the job. I'm like, okay, cool. So we had Eylesia and then we had some other people that five maybe that didn't know nothing about the game of basketball. But our play was get Eylesia the ball, and that was pretty much right. I mean,
I saw the Eylesia.
No, it was like give her the ball, like on the court, but I need y'all to just give her the ball. I was new to I didn't know Kansas City basketball. I didn't know of her. But they told me, I was like, why is she here? Like, not to, I didn't know all the backstory. I know we're gonna get in that long story, but again, I was blessed to have her as my first coaching experience. And she made it easy because she was a, great athlete, a phenomenal player. And so easy to coach. And so that was my first thing. And after that, I was at center doing some working my real job. And then I got moved into the position as assistant, and then I just moved my way up. So it's kind of fell in my lap. I really didn't choose it. I think it chose me. I know that sounds corny, but
no, definitely not corny. Definitely not corny. And it seems like it came full circle because now Eylesia is a basketball coach, and you've done an amazing job with those girls at Raytown. If no one's ever followed Raytown to know where they started and where they're at now. And so Eylesia, I just want to pass it to you. How was it playing under Coach Johnigan, and what led you to make the decision to coach?
It was fun playing for Coach Katrina. It was definitely interesting. I remember she got on to me. I think it was in Arkansas. I think won for a tournament, and I think I missed like free throws for us to win the game. We had to go into overtime. I just didn't make free throws. That was my weakness. But I remember her getting on me and stuff, but she still like held me accountable and still pushed me. So it was, and actually, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be coaching at Raytown because she's actually the one who contacted me and told me about the position and told me I should take it when I was at Oak Park High School. So, everything just kind of came back, like you said, full circle. I got injured my senior year in college at Mississippi State. And actually my head coach created a student assistant position for me. She was actually the one who kind of told me to get into coaching. She just said I had an IQ for it. And so a lot goes to my head coach, Coach Fanning, to really help me and motivate me to really take on coach. I've always been a bossy player when I was playing. I always bossed my teammates around.
So, so I think coaching just kind of came natural. So it was just something I fell into. I love it. I do miss playing, but I really enjoy coaching.
Right. It basically sounds like, definitely what we should always do, give the next man, the torch, pass the torch. And it seems like that's what Coach Johnigan did with you. So kudos to you both on that. That's something that we need more of all together in the game and just as people in general. Good looking out, Coach, and Coach Dunn. Again, I've told you 1,000 times, you've done a great job with those girls. If nobody ever tells you, I'm telling you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Most definitely. Coach Nodie, I call him Nino for other reasons, but we won't get into that because it will be like a 2-hour debate about it. But Coach Nino, you over there at UA, you went from playing to coaching. I know you've had opportunities to coach at a higher level than high school. But for some reason, you've chosen to remain a high school coach in the Kansas City area because you can go pretty much anywhere to coach. Why are you still in Kansas City?
I don't want to coach. I didn't want to coach high school basketball. And I think I talked to me, at everybody on here. I mean, I think I've even coached by Eylesia before. She seen me when I came and coached with the girls. I didn't even want to coach that team. I love coaching third graders. I love coaching little kids. Who will tell you that? Everybody who know me know I love coaching little kids. I don't want to coach above really third, fourth, fifth, sixth graders. When the politics get in it, I want to get out of it. My heart gets in it. So when your heart gets in it, you kind of follow your kids. And that's kind of how what led me where I'm at. And I enjoy it. I love it, but I think adults mess it up for kids. And that's pretty much what led me to where I'm at. And I love coaching high school basketball, but I really love seeing kids that love playing. So, I love it. And what I really love doing now, seeing these younger guys and these young ladies coaching. So that's really what I do. I wasn't like, all of you guys was way better than me at basketball. And that's really like what it is. I was just like a student of the game, and I've kind of groomed myself to be a student of the game. But I always made sure that if you played for me, you was gonna love the game like I love the game. So that's pretty much what I bring to it. I just make sure if you play for me, you're gonna love the game. So that's all I really bring to it. I don't look at myself as a coach. I look at myself as a great motivator. If you play for me, you're gonna love the game. You're gonna respect the game. And we're gonna spoil each other doing it. I'm gonna love watching you, and I'm gonna spoil you for playing it the right way.
Boy, look at Nino, boy, I tell you.
OG.
I'm proud of you. Oh, definitely OG. Definitely OG. I see why Miss Nino's still with you. You might be all right after all.
I don't know. I tricked her for a lot of years.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, when putting this podcast together, this panel together, when I thought of a seasoned individual that needed to be on it, one that's respected amongst players and coaches within the community and outside of the community, you were the first one I thought of. Nobody else. And
I appreciate that.
Even through my coaching experiences, I was able to call you at any time and just be absolutely candid with you about what's going on. You've given me advice from everything, from basketball to life. And I think that's something that a lot of people miss is, when you talk about politics and the adults, they miss that connection that sports in general, but just getting to know good people outside of the coaching realm, the playing realm, they miss that opportunity within it. And because Kansas City we're large, but the networking is so small or whatever, so you really get to know people. And so I appreciate you for that. That's just part of the flowers I want to give you. I
appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all having tough skin. I appreciate y'all having tough skin and dealing with all y'all dealing with.
Right.
So just keep on, just coaching our babies up and doing what y'all do. And I appreciate y'all being here.
Thank you, Nino.
Thank y'all.
Coach Wilson. What they call you, Coach Ed? What do they call you?
They call me Coach Wu. Coach Wu's pretty good.
Coach Wu? Okay. I'll do that. I'll do that today. Coach Wu. Coach Wu up there at LU, and you got your baby boy up there with you. I know that is tremendous. Even though you didn't call me and let me know that before I seen it on social media, it's okay. I won't hold it against you.
He's a third grade product of Coach Nodie.
Is he? Man,
Yeah,
look at that. Kansas City.
Great foundation.
Absolutely. I mean, Wu, your name speaks for itself when it comes to basketball within Kansas City, from high school to Penn Valley. Where did you go after Penn Valley?
I did I went to UMKC. That ended up working out, so I finished up in Point Park. Finished up 2 years.
Your process from high school to where you are at now, did you see yourself coaching?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, absolutely not. But then again, even my basketball route was kind of different. I didn't see myself playing basketball either. But like Trina, I guess I would say it found me. I would tell you it definitely probably saved me. So.
Was there someone, when you were making the decision whether or not to coach, did you have any mentors, anybody that looked after you and said, hey, this is what you need to do?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm just a student of life, you know what I'm saying? So I've been, I kind of take everything in throughout. I definitely have a lot of guys, basketball, wise guys, just always, just around talking to me. And I take all this stuff in. I'll tell you who got me jumped in was Rick Madden. I was kind of in the space where I was kind of, I didn't know what I was going to do in life. I mean, I was just moving about freely. And he just even went there like, hey man, you need to come help us out of Penn Valley. And obviously, I had great love for Penn Valley.
Absolutely.
And so I started going up there, and I obviously eventually became a volunteer assistant with him and Coach Harvey. And that's kind of how I got in there. And what keeps me in there is probably all the guys, all the influences that, when I was coming up and, was playing, I wasn't a guy, I didn't play the AAUs like that. I didn't do none of that. I just pull up to your gym or to your outdoor court and just kill.
That's how it was back in the day.
And it was just all these people always like, man, hey man, you need to play. My thing, but I was one of the guys, man, where, hot summer nights and getting money was probably more important to me. So to be honest, but that's how I jumped in, and I tell you what, what kept me in is what keeps me in coaching is the fact that I probably ain't supposed to be here coaching, and the fact that I'm here coaching from where I come from, what I've been through, to have that lane to be able to help other young men or young women, whoever need help. That's definitely why I stay in, because I'm like coach. It's hard, man, because I tell you what, even though I wasn't the guys at the AU and all that, I really love and respect the game the whole time I played it. And that's one of the biggest things, I think is missing. And it's really hard to coach it. So I gotta coach past that. And, obviously, I'm at a university, and, I do more life coaching than I do basketball probably. And so if you graduate and you call me 5-10 years and tell me, you married with kids and got a great career, shit, I feel like I've done my job, and I get those calls all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you're appreciated. I did my little small stint at LU this past year, and you were instrumental in getting me up there. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you, just throwing my name out there.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man, that's what we all we got. I mean, since I've been there, I done had I had two guys from the city get hired up there. I offered other guys, and they're right. You know what I'm saying? But they give me freedom to do. They trust me up there. They believe in me. Anytime it's something open, they always say, "Hey, whatever you want to do, let's do it." So I respect them for that. And again, like so many people have done so much for me. That's all I know.
Absolutely. So you're appreciated, and I thank you. As I said before, we're gonna jump on over to Mr. Nate Johnson, Mr. Florida State himself, now at UCM. Nate, you've had a phenomenal career, player-wise. You've done a great job coaching-wise. I just want to ask you again, as I asked everyone else, why you got into it, and also if there is a kid, male or female, that wants to follow in the same footsteps as far as coaching, what advice would you give them?
First and foremost, thank you for having me. Being on this panel with all these, KC greats. Trina, you kind of came in a little late, but we accept you. But just as far as me getting into coaching, it was, being a player, loving the game, just probably since about the 7th grade, I started playing basketball. That's been my lane in life, and then when your lungs and your body start aching when you can't hoop no more, you still want to be around that daily grind of hearing that ball bounce and just the competitive nature of the game. And I just loved it so much. I just jumped into it. I had to take a JUCO route for where I played at before I went to Florida State. The door opened, and it was more of a timing thing. Even when I got done in Florida State, they wanted me to go straight to be a grad assistant and jump into it then, just because I was always like a heady point guard. But, I had that basketball itch, and I took another lane. Kind of like everybody else, it comes back around. I think this coaching thing, if it's kind of meant for you, then you'll always kind of be there around it. And kind of similar to what Coach Wu said is the fact that you get to be around kids, and the things you missed out on that you know better for now, you could kind of help and guide them to make them jump over that hurdle or dodge that wall that you had to once get through just to get where you're at. And that's one of the beauties of it. And like he said, 3 or 4 years after a kid graduate, or if they don't graduate, they leave your program. When the kids start calling us without us reaching out to them after they left our program, it kind of it lets you know like you did some things right. You don't reach every kid that comes to your program, but those ones that call you back, check on you, check on your well-being, it just makes you feel good because everybody in here deals with kids and parents. No matter what level you're at, you deal with that, and it's more to it than just basketball that a lot of people don't see from the outside. And that's pretty much how I got into coach. I just love basketball. Like, I watch film every day. I watch women and men. I ain't one of those dudes like, women's basketball is boring. It's basketball. I watch it all. I'm a sponge. I soak up everything. And I like, me and Wu, we go at each other twice a year at the same conference. And it's just that competitive nature. We can't get out there and battle on the court, but now it's on the sidelines. We kind of do the same thing. And after the game, we sit and chill and, crack jokes on whoever win and lose. Got to sit there and take it. But it's fun. I enjoy doing it every day. And, it's stressful at times, but hey, that's what I signed up for. To your second question, as far as if somebody younger trying to follow in my footsteps or get to where I'm at, first thing I would say, just, to making it this business, you have to have love for the game. You can't look at it as just basketball. I think Wu said it earlier, it's probably 30% basketball, the other 70 at this level is more, even at any level, is teaching kids how to become better people in life, young men, young women, because if you got bad habits outside of the game of basketball, it's not going to carry over to the court. Most of those kids that are good kids off the court are the ones that usually make it playing basketball and, just in this coaching world. You got to understand, you got to be a people's person. You got to know how to, like Nodie said, politics is part of it. You got to be able to adjust and it's not, a white or black thing or nothing. You got to be able to know your surroundings and know the environment you're in to make it in this business. And if you're stuck in your own ways and not willing to expand how you view things and stuff like that, it'll be a struggle trying to get here, knowing that, I'm gonna have to go to Chicago and talk to this kid tomorrow, but then I'm in Belton next week. It's two different things. And I'll leave it out just by saying, put your head down and work. It ain't always gonna go your way. Trust me. And everything ain't fair, just like in life. There's people to get jobs that you're a better coach than, or you feel you're a better coach than. I say it like that. But it's part of life. Don't put your head down. What's for you will happen. And as long as you work hard, it eventually don't fall in your lap like everybody else on this panel. What you want, you're gonna get. We just gotta continue to work, and like Wu said, uplift each other, plug each other with jobs, put each other's name out there. And that's what you want to do. You want to make more friends, less enemies, and you'll be okay in this business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Boo, baby of the crew.
I am the
Baby
baby.
Boo.
Definitely the
Baby of
baby.
I'm down to finest, baby.
I'm sure I'm going
All big bros and big sis and OGs on here though. All love.
All love, definitely all love. I mean, Boo, what can we say? From training, from playing to training to coaching to now a head coaching position. You've definitely done, the progression, and we watched. You did, as Nate said, you kept your head down, and so I just want to ask you, going from Wyandotte to Indiana State?
Illinois State.
Illinois State, I'm sorry.
I went to Coffeyville. For 2 years.
Shout
and then
out
I went to Illinois
Coffeyville.
State.
Coffeyville, Illinois State,
Mhm.
coached at Park Hill. Now you're at Northeast.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me.
Man, I don't know. I love Allen Iverson, and and what I mean by that is just do it his way. Not wearing a suit and tie. Not following the expectations of others. Just on my time, just doing what I want to do. Definitely Nate and Wu, them guys, big bros on the Missouri side. Victor Williams, the Nate Johnsons on the Kansas side. Earl Watson, Vincent Smith. Just so many GOATs, that I just saw playing the game before me. A lot of guys I respect off the court that have been in my ear for years. So, just playing the game it's been great. And like I said, I followed a lot of great footsteps, and the coaching stuff. Man, my barber actually got me into coaching. Michael Todd at Top of the Line barber shop. Had a group of kids, Big Gucci. I think a lot of you guys know that. DeJuan Cummins. A lot of them guys are a group of guys that was 17 that I started coaching under Victor Williams with the Cowboys. And I just fell in love from there, AAU coaching it, and still trying to chase that pro dream, going overseas, semi-pro, trying to do all that. And just a lot of my peers and family members told me, got to look in the mirror, and start facing reality and seeing what's next, because I wasn't getting those big contracts. So I ended up just taking a coaching job at Sumner High School, a freshman job. And I just started trying to work my way up. Went from freshman. I did a KCK job, KCK Community College. I coached at Coffeyville Community College. I coached at Illinois State University as well before I got my full year overseas. Just like I said, just playing around with it. And I did 7 years at Park Hill South under Parr. And now just, like I said, trying to just lay my foundation now instead of playing around with it. So applied for the Northeast head coaching job. Lean on me. But, hey, I love it. I think we all on this panel for a reason. I started from the bottom, and so that's what I'm trying to do. Like I said, I've been a college coach, and you just fall in love with the kids. I know I talk about a lot of guys, people that don't play basketball, shouldn't be coaching. But I know I look up to Nodie, that's on this panel. being a guy that could motivate his kids and play at a high level. So I've definitely been stealing from a lot of these people on this panel, a lot of the coaches, you know, alumni throughout the years, and just trying to build my resume now. You know, I think head coaching in high school might be good, or I might take that offer that Wu tried to give me a couple years ago. It depends on that paycheck. You know, it depends if they paying for living and giving me a new car, you know, all that type of stuff. So I'm just trying to see what I fit in. But I love coaching. I definitely love it. And like I said, you guys follow me on social media. I try not to put my whole life on there, but a lot of y'all know me personally as well, you know. But it's like I said, a young guy, 35 now, just trying to lay my foundation. You know, I think we all trying to move over on that chair. We're trying to get closer and closer to that top seat, you know, and being the head college coach or, you know, the high school coach, and making more impact for our family and for the kids that we coach, the student athletes. So I'm just blessed, like I said, to be still here. You know, I come from the same background that a lot of us come from, you know, the inner city life, you know, the struggle life. And for all of us to be, you know, married with kids or, you know, great jobs, it's a blessing to be giving back to these kids.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, again, congratulations. When I heard about it coming down the pipeline, I said there's not a more deserving guy than Boo for that Northeast position. So always appreciate what you're doing within the community. And I'm gonna just throw this question out there to anybody can answer it. When you look at our era as far as high school basketball and the Kansas City culture of basketball, what difference do you see from our era to the era now? Big difference.
Can I go first?
Go ahead.
Nodie kind of said it already. The parents.
Oh, absolutely.
The parents. You know, we had some OG thug parents, you know, that once you start something, you can't quit. You know, you gotta stay loyal. You know,
Yes.
you probably gotta go outside all day, drink from the water hose. You can't come in the house. You gotta go play on the blacktop. So just so many rules that my grandma instilled in me. So I think the parents, that's one thing that I could just touch on, just the parents.
Kids go outside. We used to go outside, come back inside smelling like outside. You know, you smell like outside, take a shower. Kids these days, they don't even stink no more. Like, you know, y'all play video games all day. You gotta even sweat. You know, it don't make any sense. But somebody else, go ahead. Somebody else has
let me chime in real quick. I think the difference from our era to like now, like just is when we played, it was more just the love for the game. You know, I was never offered $20 for every time I hit a three or nothing. Like I didn't need that to motivate me to go out there and play and compete versus Boo, whoever it was. You know, it was just, it's a game and I'm a competitor. You know, it's no different from, you know, we used to race running sprints back then. Yeah. Like now, you know, they're not trying to be a teammate. They try to make sure they just make the time. And I think a lot of that has to do with the parents, but it's just, and like Will said earlier, we got to accept it because we come from a different era where that passion and stuff was. And we have to make adjustments yearly. And the parents are kind of pacifying these kids to where now they feel like I'm playing to get this reward, materialistic type thing. I'm playing to walk off the court so everybody can say, I got Boo this day. But then I know Boo coming back tomorrow at my neck. And that's what made each other better. But it was more of a competitive thing and the love for the game opposed to how many Instagram or Facebook likes I can get, you know, where you doing all this for the social media realm opposed to just, I play the sport because I love it, you know, trophy or whatever it may be. It can be a game of 21. It's basketball. I want to be the best in it. And I think that's one of the, outside of parenting, I think that's one of the bigger differences from back when we played, you know, mid, late nights, whatever you want to call it, to now. And that's, it's sad in a way.
Very sad.
Yeah, I just think that the social media definitely is just taking over. Everything is, you know, a highlight. And, you know, when we playing, not to, you know, discredit Boo, but I'm the youngest. So
I think you were the baby.
Yeah,
you're right.
But like, even like when I was playing, you know, it was word of mouth. You know, you don't have to be on social media and saying, you know, everybody gonna say, yo, you better go catch this game. You know, because even at the girls level, I remember when I was playing at Pembroke, our games were sold out. They was watching our games versus the boys. So I just think the competitiveness, I don't see the same, that same drive, that same love for the game like it is, like it was back when I was playing. You, like I said, going outside, and I remember going outside and playing against all the boys in my neighborhood and going at them. And I don't hear my girls say that no more. I don't see them, competing against the guys anymore. It's like, man, it's like you get bumped. Everything is soft. I couldn't play. I was very physical as a girl, as a female basketball player. And now everything, if you touch somebody, all the rules have changed, and it's just a lot. So I just think parents is one. My mom was one that was hard on me, and just made me run up the hill every day and just to get in shape. So I think that's part of it, and just
Those the mom.
Yeah. So she was on me. So I don't know, just not having that accountability too. I think that accountability piece isn't there. Like I say, everything's kind of entitled or given to them. They don't have to work. They don't understand that work ethic.
Absolutely.
I think it's heart, a lot of heart. We don't got a lot of heart. I know, like he was like, I know he was saying the love for the game, but it's the heart just in general. Like I'm on this floor, I'm about to give my best. I'm not just on here to look good. And there's also people outside force. Like I never heard nobody saying like, go for 20 and we losing. Like, bro, what? Go for 20? How about you in the game?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just, that kind of stuff, it baffles me as a coach. I'm like, I would never tell nobody that, or never hear anybody say, hey, go for 20, go for this. How about you going to win the game? We losing, you telling me go for 20? That is never acceptable to me. That ain't how we were raised. We came to play together as a team. We ain't trying to show out like, oh, I'm about to get this. I'm about to drop 25 and 10, but we still got the L. But look what I got. I look good. Nah, it's changed. The whole game has changed. And like I said, everything is Instagram. How many likes, how many followers I can get. So watch me cross them up. You cross them up, and then you didn't make the layup. So what's the point? That's cool. You did all this fancy stuff, and then you still didn't finish it. So what? But it's a lot of different politics, like you said. Like, and it's hard for high school coaches. Y'all know y'all get college women, high school, that you got administration, people over in central office. You gotta look good. Like, I know you got your own swag. Sometimes you can't have your own swag. You better dress like this, or you get reprimanded. You gotta look like this. You can't yell too hard at the kids. Cause you yell at them, they crying, they upset that you mad. Why you yelling at them? Because sometimes you gotta be hard. Sometimes I don't need this, oh, you gonna be okay. No, you're not gonna be okay. You just screwed up that whole layup, or you just set that pick right. You didn't do what I just told you to do. So there's a lot of stuff that they get involved in that. We got to get back to the basics though. I feel like we doing too much. We coddle too much. It's too soft. Kids get the, oh, it's gonna be okay, or you ain't got, and they quit. That's the thing. I started something, I ain't quitting nothing. You got to start it. I tell my son now, he's 11. I'm teaching him now. I don't care. If you say you're gonna do it, guess what? We're doing it. Maybe at the end of the season, we'll reevaluate. Right now, you sticking it out. It's just they soft, no heart.
Absolutely.
It's kind of hard.
I mean, I feel like
y'all real quick.
Y'all ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you got it.
I'm gonna say this. Everybody keep talking about how things that change. Man, kids don't even play basketball outside no more.
They don't.
Exactly. That's what I'm on. That's what I'm about to be on.
So we can talk about everything else. Kids, they feel like they've been totally abused if they got to step outside when it's over 80 degrees. Step outside, period.
Absolutely.
Right.
Period.
Can I ask y'all something though?
I asked a kid the other day, I said, hey, you ever been to Church's Chicken? They looked at me like that was crazy. Kids don't even go outside and play basketball no more, so the parks are empty. So we're talking about how things have changed. Kids don't even play basketball outside. So we start talking about how things have changed. And y'all talking about y'all got it hard. Come up to UA where you can't even get a kid after they're a freshman. Where you can't bring a kid into high school after they're a freshman. That's hard basketball. Where if you don't get them after they're a freshman in high school, you can't have them. So that's hard basketball. So past yelling, we're talking about after you can't recruit no more after they're a freshman. So I got to see how good the kid is in the 6th and 7th grade.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's hard basketball. And then I got Nate Johnson doing all my recruiting and giving me coaches. That's real hard basketball.
Oh man, absolutely. What? Well, I'll say something, man. I mean, obviously everybody touched on, I mean, everything. I think we really covered it, man. I'll just say this though. I agree with everything everybody's saying. I mean, I think the game now has become more, probably too much of a business. And I mean, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but I mean, like everybody said, man, you get all of us bring something negative from the social media to the parents. I'll just give you an example. I mean, it's, you know, I think it's different pressure for these kids now because the kids are growing up softer. So now everything, you know, social media, man, you, like you said, you know, you're afraid to get embarrassed, things like that. When I did play, the first person I played for was Charlie Hudson. And Charlie and Hudson and Calvin Wainwright, some of the first guys I ever went to a tournament or something with. And I'll tell you what, back then, this was youth basketball. You had a grown man that had a real job that would invest in a van. And he would go pick up 15 kids and take them to practice and take them to games. You know what I'm saying? You may have the one person that had their parents at the game. Parents would have no games, shit, 25 years ago. They would. You had a couple people that would, but for the most part, it was you, your teammates, and your coaches. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got. You know what I'm saying? I mean, now, like I say, the business part of it, shit. I mean, you got guys that's just science teachers, you know, applying for coaching jobs and never even played the game because they give them $7,500 stipend. You know what I'm saying?
They know the board member.
You know what I'm saying, or that. You know what I'm saying? So, and now these are the kids that they raise or they're coaching, and it's just crazy, man. All the way around the board, man. You got all these guys starting these AAU teams so they can charge $300 a month. Hey, man, and these parents, they don't know no better. They just feel like, hey, this is what my kid want to do. Like the thing I struggle with right now is, and I'm telling you, I'm giving an example with this college right now. All right, and this is why I say it's too much of a business. Obviously, basketball is probably the biggest sport market out there right now. We talk about youth, and it's just like all these parents, man, especially in the urban community. I'll say that they're putting their kids in here thinking they're going to make it to the NBA. Like that's their lottery ticket. That's their job. You know how our parents, you know, they want to get grades to be doctors and lawyers. They starting at 5 years old. Like I'm gonna pay $5,000 a year to make sure you get the best basketball training, whatever you can for the next 13 years. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing right now. And a lot of them is failing. You know what I'm saying? They still getting 18, and they still paying $40,000 a year for school. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I've told plenty parents, especially single mothers, like, hey man, if your goal is for your kid to get a scholarship in college, and he starts at 5, hey man, save that money right there for 14 years, and I promise you, he'll get a free education. But man, it's crazy. So I got guys, man. I got a guy that didn't play. He played 2 minutes a game as a senior, and asked me what he got to do to get better to go overseas and play basketball. That's real. That's what we're living in right now. That's the reality we're living in right now. Like basketball takes over us right now. It's sad.
What's his name? What's his name?
Don't do that.
First of all, hold on. First of all, it's been plenty.
Oh my gosh.
But don't get it twisted. Now, see, this is what you get from me. And I tell you this when I recruit you. Hey, man, I'm honest. I'm brutally honest. If you want to know who you are, come ask me. If you want to know something, come ask me. I'll never lie to you. So I done shit. I keep rapping this.
Hey, look, Nate got the woo out of it. Nate got the woo out of it.
Hey, man, that's why they appreciate me. I tell them, hey, man, hey, son, you need to go get you a job. Go get you a job. Hey, man, it's over. You died in that movie. Go get you a job.
But Nino, unmute your mic. Unmute your mic, Nino.
He laughing too hard.
Hey, Nate. Hey, Woo, where do they pay all their money? They pay all their money and they ain't even eligible.
That too.
Man, you better.
Too much. I agree with you all. Another another question. Since we got college coaches, high school coaches, and AAU coaches on here, when it comes to helping with a high school kid's recruitment, whose responsibility is it?
All right, I'll jump out there.
Go ahead, Dave.
You said whose responsibility is to help that kid get somewhere or be noticed? And are you saying that the high school, compared to the high school coach or AAU coach, which one has the more on their plate as far as that?
Not those three, just in general. Whose responsibility is it? Who has the responsibility of helping a kid get a college scholarship?
The kid.
Yep.
It's all right. It's kind of like a couple of weekends ago at the Javi, at the KC Classic at Javi Arena when the Mikey Williams kid came here. He's known by all the coaches or whatever, but he got game though, you know, like, so he's putting in the work to be noticed when he go play at different gyms. And with the nowadays with social media, it's definitely easy to be seen by college coaches or whoever, because you just a video and click away, you know. And I'm not taking all the pressure off the high school coach or the AU coach, but like, if you got game, your name or whatever, or how good you are going to travel, you know. Now some of the people who is not, you know, not a ooh and ah basketball player that may do the dirty work and stuff like that, that don't catch the outsider's eye, that really don't watch the game kind of how coaches do. It's I think it's like 50-50 with the AU coach and the high school coach. And the reason I say that is because you kind of split in the year of 50-50 with them. As soon as the high school season over, a lot of these kids, boom, they out to the AAU from, depending on how mid-March till the high school coach sometimes can't even get them in the summer for leagues because they're on the AAU circuit. And the AAU circuit is what gets you in front of us. We can't go watch a high school game. We get to watch one game over 2 hours, you know, within our season. But AAU, we know this tournament's coming up. It's about to be from Friday to Sunday. And I'm in there, and we in there, you know, maybe 30 hours on the weekend. But we've watched so many kids play in the 3-day span. And the coaches that are into it, and Wu can kind of tell you, Boo, everybody knows, like, the ones that's really invested for the kids, they will do network without looking for something on the back end of it. Yeah. You know, when kids leave your program and go to college and we get them and we don't have to teach them shell defense or accountability, that is a plus for you as a high school coach. Because now I know, or even AAU coach, either whichever one I get them from, I know, like, they're doing their job. And as college coaches, we ain't trying to teach you stuff you should have learned your freshman year of high school, because you come in already a year or two behind. So to be honest, to answer your question, it starts off with the kid. If you ain't getting no letters in the mail, get out and go hoop. You can't be sitting down with me if I got 5 offers on the table and you got none. We can't play the same amount of Call of Duty minutes. I can. I'm ahead of you. You got to go get in the gym because you got to catch me. And I say that jokingly, but that's just the reality of it. Like, you can't blame nobody. Like for instance, like, I'll talk about Wu. I was introduced to the AU basketball. Wu wasn't, but he still hooped community centers, and I knew who he was though. And when we finally met in hoop, his name carried weight from Kansas City all the way to St. Louis and everywhere. But it got him a scholarship, a degree, and everything else. And I don't think he can sit here and say somebody took him and sent out this DVD or this VHS tape, you know, back talking about our era. Nobody did that. But by going to community centers and hoping to get somebody like me that was getting college connect, hey boy, you know, check out Ed Wilson with my boy Wu. We need to pick him up. But his game is what got him recruited. So I'm not putting it on, I'm putting more on the player. The AU coach and the high school coach can kind of help you out because we're connected at the high school level, AU level with those 2- and 4-year universities, you know. And we can throw a name off. Like if Katrina got say she was coaching men's basketball, or even Nodie, he can hit me up like, Nate, I got this kid you need to come check out. And I'm gonna trust his judgment because I know him. But if he's not connected and he's like the science teacher Wu talking about, where he just coaching during the high school year, and when the season's over with, he goes back to experimenting and stuff like that, then, you know, he's dropping the ball because he's not in it for the kids. He's in it for that $7,500 extra stipend he's getting. And I'll let somebody else have it from there. Go ahead.
It's not $7,500. Go.
Oh, it definitely ain't 7,500.
For high school?
Right.
For high school?
Oh no.
No, we don't get that much, bro.
Oh, yeah, y'all in the wrong district.
Right. I'm like, I ain't saying nothing.
Hey, Park Hill South.
Hey, that's what you get out there?
Yeah, that was nice.
No, it's 10 racks.
Assistant.
It's 10 racks at Park Hill. Yeah.
What?
As an
I
assistant.
know what it is. Yeah, the assistant is 7,500 in Park Hill. But they different out there. The air is different. I put that in my pocket when I live there.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, the air
But
different
no,
out there though. Yeah.
Wow.
The Argosy got different shower heads.
Right, absolutely.
But no, just
Yeah.
to piggyback off of Nate, I definitely say the player, you know, being a former player and a person that was hungry, you know, I was so mad when them kids went to go watch Mikey, you know, the people his age.
Yeah.
I was cool with the younger kids going to go watch, you know, looking up to somebody. But when it was kids from the city that was going to go watch them that was the same age or a year under or a year older, it made me so mad because like Nate said, like I was a competitor. Same thing with Wu and all you guys. Like you wanted to go take them scholarships from somebody else.
Right.
You wanted to make a name for yourself. So when they had all the scholarship offers, I busted my tail on the off season or just to make a name to ready to go at one of the big time players to get recruited because I didn't have no offers. I didn't have no letters. So I wanted to go at the top dog, you know, and that was my mentality. And I think I got it from that era. Nate and Wu, I think you guys finna be part of that DVD that's finna come out. That little thing, what it's called?
Okay.
I can't wait for all the kids to get to see that because it was a different breed, a different era. But
There's some people missing on that DVD, but I digress.
I think some more people getting on it, but just for me personally, like I said, the player first, and then, you know, like Nate said, it's the AAU coaches and the high school coaches because you gotta, you know, kids walking in the gym with do-rags, earrings, sagging, you know, cussing. You gotta prep some of those kids to be able to be seen by a college coach because when some of them college coaches see after the first two guys off the team, the best two guys, they gonna get offers. The top two kids gonna get offers. But what about the kids that got to get marketed? You know, them kids that get marketed got to be taught by the AAU coach, the foundation that's around them, the high school coach. You know, getting their grades. You know, trying to prepare them how to, you know, carry themselves on off the floor. So recruitment is kind of the kid first on how bad he wanted. You know, and then it's like Nate said, 50-50, you know, with the high school coaches because as college coaches, you still checking in, you know, about GPAs. You still calling, you know, the counselors. You still trying to get they hours to your college, university, and stuff like that. So we all play a part into it. But if the kid ain't hungry, I don't think these college coaches want them. You know, it's different because, like I said, social media is definitely a part of it where they can just click on it and kind of could tell a lot. But these kids they got the keys to their foundation right now.
Let me piggyback off what you just said though, man. And I'm gonna say this: I was more disappointed in the city.
Facts.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Facts.
I was disappointed in the city because the kids y'all talking about, Mikey Williams, we had went up. He played for the Compton Magic.
Mm-hmm.
We had just went up to LA a year prior and beat them by 20.
Mm-hmm.
Kids from Kansas City.
Facts.
And y'all can get on YouTube and check it out. Kids from Kansas City went up there, beat the brakes off of Compton Magic by 20 for Adidas contract.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Right after, or right before, in the same team, did it to a real notable team, the same class of kids, did it to a very, very notable group that's right here in Kansas City that everybody loves. And I won't say the name, but Boo, you know exactly who it is.
Yeah, that's why I got
a lot of people know. And a lot of people know. And I won't say but my group's been doing it for a lot of years. And a lot of people kind of blackball my groups because we don't fit the norm. And I'm glad you kind of gave us this platform to say it because we play defense.
Yep.
And we kind of flop under the radar, kind of like what what Nate is saying, the guys that don't do those ooh-ah plays and those plays that make people, you know, like that don't know basketball. Because I haven't had a team that's a 25-2 team at UA. I don't have those kind of teams. I just have teams that play defense. And we don't get out and we don't do a lot of like great things. But we play very, very hard defense. And the kid, Mikey, we shut him down. And that's what we have. And to see how people treated that kid and in our city, it was very, very, it was not just hypocritical, but it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
After you watched our kids perform and go to LA and beat Compton Magic, how we beat them hands down. And to watch us praise a kid that we humiliated in his own city.
But you know we don't we bump heads in the city instead of, like you said, Nate and Wu, they high fiving after they win and lose and talking stuff, competitive stuff. When you beat me, hey, you and all that, we shake hands and show love. You know what I'm saying, Nodie? That like I remember in Houston, man, you came to me when we lost to you guys by like 6 or 8, and you talked to my group, and it was love. It wasn't no hatred. 10 kids played hard, busting their tail, been going at it for summers, and that was the love and respect we had for each other, you know. But for them to cheer for another kid outside the city, I think that's what me and Nate and Wu and all of us did when we was coming up. LeBron's and all them people came in our city, you know, all these people, these big time dudes came in our, you know, the big time names from out of town. We ain't going to go watch them. We about to bust their ass. Like,
yeah, but that's part of being grown. You know, that's part of being a grown man with pride and protecting your backyard. And, you know, I'm going to tell you, like, rewarding things to me. I went and seen Coach Dunn her first time out on the EYBL circuit. We was on the Adidas circuit at the time. It had to be about 6 or 7 years ago. And I watched her bump her head, but I watched her get back up. And then I turned around and I sent her behind my bench. And my thing wasn't to watch her, you know what I'm saying? It was to watch her grow. And I seen her blossom, you know what I'm saying? And then I turned around and I seen her as a coach at Raytown. And I always send her like inboxes. And I always try to bring her up and tell her how proud I am of her. And that's what we need to do as people. You know, and that's what it's about right now. It's about bringing each other up. And what people around here don't understand is it's the inboxes that you show and the inboxes that you see behind the closed doors. It ain't really about what you do and put it out there with people. It's about what you do behind closed doors and bring people up. But what people do, and everybody want to be noticed, and everybody thinks it's about praising people outside your city. But the crazy part is I get way more love outside of Kansas City than I do inside my city. But I do so much to help people in Kansas City.
Absolutely.
Right. And we gotta, as people, we gotta stop tearing each other down. You know, we gotta uplift each other, like, you know, pay like Coach Katrina, you know, she paying it forward, and then I hope to do that one day with somebody I've coached, if that's their aspiration, you know, to help them out. I just think we gotta, you know, just encourage each other. We do too much tearing each other down, and it's room for all of us to eat at the table. So it's not just, you know, we don't need to be putting anybody down, or, you know, not cheering or not hyping up each other. We got to congratulate each other, and we got to teach our kids to do the same thing. Not necessarily idolize people, you know, like, boo, I agree with you saying when I was playing, I'm not, you know, cheering for the person my age. I'm going to go at her. I played against Elaine Deladine. I'm like, shoot, she going to see who I am at the end of this day. At the end of this game, she going to know who I am. So, you know, I don't understand that. Just that it goes back to that competitive nature, but having respect. And
I think Mikey Will's a talented kid. I think he's a very talented kid. But I also think this kid that's here is just as talented.
Right.
Yeah.
And they got.
That's all I, you know. That's what I wanted. You know, I want people to understand that this kid's just as talented here. So I think that we should put our own, you know, respect our own kids the same way that we get those same kids that respect. I think we should respect our kids just as well, to put them on the pedestal, to bring them out, because we got kids that's in real trouble here. And it's not feeling the same amount of love. And I think we don't give it to them. And it kind of makes them feel like they're not as respected and loved like we respect others. And to put them in a dark place.
And I'm going to say this last thing. I know back to the original question as far as the recruitment and stuff like that. And I was there with Boo that weekend. It was an exciting game to watch. Ain't nothing been like that around Kansas City. Prices like, Jerron Rush, that era where, but you talking about his high school games was like that. You know what I mean? And to know that the town and kids watch basketball when this kid comes in and can pack out the high V like that.
Yes.
But it is so rare that I can go to so many high school games and it's literally 20, 30 people in the stands. But we'll go give, like he said, an out-of-towner that love, and where you got the news there, you got all these videos going up. And the part of the recruiting part, if we really supported our people, and we hear who's good in Kansas City, go show them love. We're now Fox 4 News is at their game because everybody's going to get in this game and sold out. They can't get in. That's going to help the kid recruitment now because now your name getting that buzz. But we don't support our people like that to where as a community, we rooted in Kansas City. So like I always got something a little bit more special for my Kansas City kids hooping wise, and I love all my players. But like when they come from the town, it's just something that comes with it because I'm from here and I had a pretty decent college career, and I want those kids to have the same thing. So I take to them more. But for everybody to go to that game like that, and if you weren't there, I mean, just the energy in the building, it was great for the town. But everybody that's at the game is from Kansas City for the most part. So how come we can't go show our high school kids that same love that's out putting up to 25, 30 points and winning state titles and stuff like that? We don't really show up until we get to Springfield and the Final Four and things like that. So as a community, we can help our own kids receive that love and those look like they do out of Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as coaches from Kansas City, I know, we kind of know who's the top names, but like, we hear about other kids in other cities, not even off of the social media stuff like that. Just somebody in that area kind of was like, boy, such and such, man, he cold, you got to check him out. It is rare that me personally, like a lot of people call and try to get a kid, high school coach-wise, that they're hitting me up about a kid. And the ones that usually hit us up about are the ones, I mean, I ain't going to say they ain't no good, but it's like, the reason we ain't been to look at him because, he probably won't get to play here. We ain't got no money for him. Just being honest, but I think it's a little bit of everybody. But like Boo said, man, it come down to the player. Hey, you go over here and you see this dude got 30 offers and you don't have none. If they don't motivate you to like, I got to catch up to him. If you ain't got that mentality, then me personally, I don't want you. Ain't no wrong with wanting to watch him play, but it should light a fire under your seat for I got to get in the gym because I just played the 2:00 game and the only people was there was our parents. If that don't motivate you enough right there, then you probably shouldn't be hooping. That right there alone should motivate you that this dude the same age as me, got my own city watching him, and the dudes I walk past to every day in the hallway, they go get something to eat when it's time for me to play. No. So that's it's on you.
But Nate, how did you you sold the gym out right when you played, Nate?
Some games, yeah, it was cool.
A little bit.
So I got the back at last of Nate Johnson and Victor Williams and the Earl Watson and the Vincent Smith. So them little rivals, Wyandotte versus Sligo, you had to get to the game at like 5 o'clock, the start of the JV game. So I tried to keep that torch going, you know what I'm saying? But I played hard. And like Coach Dunn said, man, it wasn't social media back then. It was word of mouth, the barbershop. If they wasn't talking about you at the barbershop, the nail shop, and trying to go get an outfit to come watch you play, you wasn't playing hard. You wasn't putting on a show for the city to come watch you. I think these kids are good, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like, for me, like I just got spoiled with you guys, bro. To be honest, I really got spoiled watching good basketball and hardworking guys and just the city. Like the city showed love. But for me, 2004, I graduated high school, and Victor Williams and Nate Johnson was the guys in front of me with Earl Watson. And the games was sold out at 5 o'clock. I wanted that same thing. And the only thing I did was play hard and be coachable. Play like Nodie's team. I love when Nodie coaches at youth stuff in summer, but they just play hard. They going to 94 feet you. They going to play hard, all defense. And that's what I tried to bring to the table, but it was because of Nate, all you guys ahead of me. These games don't be sold out no more. It'd be like 20 people in the crowd. Is that because of the player? Or is it because of the community?
I mean, that's on both sides too.
So how can we get coaches to the gym to see our kids? Like I tell you, like I had a D1 athlete. When I tell you no coaches around came to see her, not one. How do we help that out? She getting Florida offers in Florida, from Houston. She getting offers. No one, no UMKC. I'm not, no park. They might be our league, but there's other role players that was good too. I've been in the center for like 11, 12 years. There's been phenomenal athletes. There's no one, I don't understand. Maybe just me. I don't know. I don't know the city. They don't come to watch the players play. So I don't get it. Like they right there in your backyard and y'all, they got to go across the city, the town, the state, or somewhere else to get looked at. I don't understand it. Maybe y'all can help me understand it. I don't know. I'm new to it. I'm not from Kansas City. I'm from St. Louis. I don't get it though.
That's kind of we touched on earlier, man, about these guys, these people in these seats, man, is getting these jobs. These friends of friends and people that know the upper office, man, that, really don't have a clue. For one, and they just, film as their friend and they boys is, oh, my man, my boy, this my boy. He said this about this, you know what I'm saying? That could be 100,000 miles away. But it's all depend, a lot of coaches in college now, I think they grew lazy. And I mean, not just that, like it is a little bit of like, hey man, like Nate was saying, shit, you can go watch a 2-hour game, or you can watch 40 games in two days. But still, I think I'm just want to believe, like when I'm in Jeff City at Lincoln University. Every school, shit, damn, I ain't say every school, but we make sure we get to Kansas City, make sure we get to St. Louis, to the little rural schools around, but definitely right there around the area. And we make sure we at least show our face and show support. You know what I'm saying? We try to at least be in the building. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what you're gonna see. Because you don't have, a lot of these, and touching on the whole question. Like, yeah, it is on the kid, and really, it's on the parents as well, and some's on the coaches as well. But I think it's more on the kid and the parents, because like my thing as a parent, they got kids to play. I always made it my thing to try to place my kids with coaches that I know is going to, you know what I'm saying, look out for them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not. I know, huh? You feel what?
I reach out, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I know the coach. I'm gonna know the coach and what the coach is about before I place my kid there. And I'm never gonna place my kids with coaches that I don't think will work for them. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I ain't seen y'all yet, man.
Huh?
I ain't seen y'all yet. Where y'all been?
Where y'all been?
Where y'all been?
Where they at?
I be messaging and I can't get nobody in the gym either.
I can't get
nobody. Like they don't come.
They don't come.
Yeah, man. Where y'all been at, man? Nate.
Where they been at?
Hey,
hold on, man. I've been to UA games. I was your player.
Man, you came over there. Y'all came over there talking about the nachos or something.
Hey man,
I came over there talking about.
Hey man, I gave your guard his first offer, dog.
Hey man, y'all came over to talk about the nachos. Yeah, man. I ain't even gonna tell y'all why he did that. I ain't even gonna tell you. Came over there talking about the nachos. They came over there to give my sister the jump. They didn't even come in the field.
Hey man, it's still here. Wow.
Where y'all at, man?
I am
get y'all over in the building. Y'all got.
I want to know how to fix it. I'm not trying to be funny.
Y'all need to be passing our numbers around. Hey, Katrina, get on them. I seen how you came over there and looked around our gym and said, this ain't right, too. Katrina, tell them. They need to be passing our numbers and our emails around. Katrina.
Right. For real.
Come on, boo. Yeah, tell them, Eylesia, get on them.
Right.
Hey, no, I stay on them. I ain't gonna say the college coach name, but a junior college coach, they don't get the 6 scholarships no more. It's unlimited for junior college. And they don't want Kansas kids no more. They saying
man.
These
dudes is VIP. You don't understand. These dudes is VIP. They got it.
Oh, definitely.
They got it. Yeah, they got it.
Them two, I don't know why them two not recruiting in the backyard.
First of all, talk about. He ain't got it.
You still got that job.
Hey, bro. D2 like, hey, D2 like NBA franchise, man. You only got so much cap space. Like, hey, I'm the bottom of the barrel. Hey, who the bottom? I'm like an NBDL team, fam. I gotta sign 14 cats with 5 scholarships.
Stop it. How many you got, Nate?
You gotta spread that out.
I mean, what? How many
free rides you got?
Yeah, we got about 6.
Man,
yeah, they clock behind the wall. And they take it to put it on their wristwatch.
Hey, Nate, the Duke of D2, dog.
Man, we limited, man. You know, we limited.
No.
It ain't like what everybody think, you know.
Yeah, it ain't.
But those 6 you want dogs, right?
Yeah, you know, that's part of it. You know, it's hard to come out with 6 scholarships and get them out from Kansas City. Not saying that we don't have talent here. You know, we got to recruit pieces that fit, you know, where we're at, you know, and you got to be cautious of who you bring in because, you know, jealousy can be a factor, you know, rivals from high school, and it carries over to that college level where, you know, you want to have that good locker room, which is going to help your team, you know, mesh better and, you know, become a family. So I feel, you know, I see Wood in a lot of games. We talk about the same kids. Sometimes we call about the same kid, but one thing about us, you know, when kids hear that the Division II at the end of your university, you know, the text conversations kind of slow down because everybody thinks they're D1 worthy, and there are kids that are D1 worthy from the town that don't get them looks, and we go after those kids. But you know, majority of them kids, they say scratch us, and they're gonna take the JUCO route, which is nothing wrong with that. You know, you got your goals you want to reach. Hey, take whatever lane you think is gonna be there. But you know, a lot of times you go 2 years of JUCO, now you back at our front door. Which is part of the business we're in. I recruited you, and I'm gonna build a relationship and check on you, especially from the town because I know how it goes. I get the D1 offer that I want in July, even though they didn't recruit me, and you get there and it ain't what you thought it was. Now you calling me because now you on a practice squad and you was a man in high school. Now you bottom of the barrel at this D1 because it's at D1, and you realize like, man, maybe I ain't that good. So let me come on to D2 because it's supposedly supposed to be a level lower. Then you get to D2 and realize I ain't last on the team, but I'm number 9.
Right.
And you figure out like this basketball thing, it ain't about the D1 and D2. There's good players everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, and around this area, because this is where I'm from and I'm familiar with it, a lot of people get a false sense of that. And like Wu said earlier, everybody's telling their kid they going NBA. But
hey,
you realize they to stay there. What's up, Nodie?
Both of them guys, man, Wu and Nate, man, they didn't show me nothing but love. I'm just messing with them. I gotta give them a hard time. They done my life to them. They didn't give me nothing but hard time. They ain't show me nothing but love, man. I can't lie. Both of them, they young and they can chase me down, so I gotta give them a hard time on this. They can't catch me. They can't catch me. I'm gonna give them a hard time.
Nachos ain't bad though, to be honest, man.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
They got man. Again, like it's again, even with the Kansas City area, man. What people don't realize, man, I think it's 14 Division IIs in Missouri, and you know we got the top D2 conference in the country, and shit, GLVC might be the top 3. You know what I'm saying? Now you touching on the Kansas. Like you got the few Kansas schools right there, 2 hours away. North, you know, some other schools, other states not far away. I mean, it's deep. There's so many D2s that's recruiting our areas. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, I mean, I done did the kid. I ain't the cutest girl at the prom. You know what I'm saying? Lincoln. So, you know, I really got to sell being real. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for me to sell parents that know me in relationships and anything because I don't have, you know what I'm saying? Some schools may be having, 3-bedroom condos. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. They show like, hey, man, and, you know, we got this, and this, and this, unlimited gear. I mean, I take care of the gear, but like, hey, see this little spot right here? You might have to bitches trap. You know what I'm saying?
So our coach on the gear.
But you gonna get
our coaches on the gear.
Hey, but you gonna get
our coaches on the gear. Yeah, they stole our coach on the gear.
Hey man, so look. Hey man, hey bro, what you gonna get is this real. You gonna get this real stuff. I give you that. I guarantee you gonna learn the game, man. I'll make sure you get to school, get your degree. Hey, you gonna be a better man in life. I can't offer you everything as other bells.
Hey, bro,
I guarantee that. That's what I can do. That's what I give you.
You promoting your school right now, bro?
Huh?
Hey, he get somebody watching. There's some people
Hey, man,
watching.
All
I
right.
ain't
Well,
sitting up,
actually,
man.
I feel like I'm deep. I'm deep remote.
Hey,
Hey, you real, coach. You real.
Right. We appreciate the real. But just to go back to the Kansas City area, you know, because I've been in different facets of the coaching, recruitment, high school, college, I will say that it is difficult to get coaches here. But especially with this COVID, you don't know how many coaches in our area come back home. Who's available? Now y'all want the local kids, but never recruit them. Even when my daughter went through, you know, she went through her transfer, before she committed to Little Rock, local schools contacted, was like, oh, we want her. But y'all didn't recruit her in high school. How does that work? You know, and the thing about Kansas City can be some of the most loyal people. Sometimes we're loyal to a fault. And like I try to tell certain colleges within our community, our kids feel slighted when it comes to their talents. But if you get on the ground floor of their recruitment, some of those kids who may be better than your program will stick with you just because they're loyal. But you got to give them the opportunity, because there's so many kids that leave Kansas City who would have wanted to stay home, closer to home.
Yeah.
You know, but for whatever reason, we think we'll recruit some colleges will recruit the same kid with the same talent just because they're in.
She talking about girls right here. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's clarify that. Yeah.
You talking about girls right now? Because
I think it goes both sides.
these dudes don't be trying to
I'm
stay
talking about
close.
girls. I'm talking about girls right now.
Yeah, dudes on straight. They're like, they want to stay close to home. They think, yeah, they'll go somewhere else. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm talking about girls right now. You know, but that's pretty much it as far as, you know, Kansas City recruitment, because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but we definitely got to do a better job. And I think I'm not biased, but Coach Mize at LU is doing a great job as far as her recruitment of the girls, because there are more Kansas City kids on that team last year, and will be more this year coming up than has ever been on that LU team.
So when she first get there, I tell her, I'm like, and I've been telling the coaches before her, I mean, again, and we talking about girls right now for sure. I mean, great basketball in our city and great basketball in our state, but I think when you talking about women basketball, I could be wrong, but I just feel like, especially high school, Missouri got some of the top programs and top women's basketball players in the country.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, my thing with them is, again, I can't help but be 100 out of time. Like, even in my school, my situation, we know it's an HBCU, so it's mostly, mostly black people there. Like, and I've sold this to the women's coaches about this. So the way these young people growing up now, like young athletes, boys, you see it with the pros. Hey man, when they're dating, you know what I'm saying? A lot of black athletes, they'll date. They like to date the opposite sex. They like to have options. Because a lot of black young men they'll have options. But the one thing I believe about more of our black women, I'm being real.
Go ahead, bro.
You just gotta watch Nate when you talk. Hey, cause
I know what's good coming, man. I know what's
I'm just saying that I tell them, like, it's probably easier to get recruit young black women to HBCU, because one thing about young black women, they want to be around young black men, and I mean that's just the truth about it. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, again, like I said, it's totally opposite for the boys, I believe. I can be wrong. I'm not saying, hey, but studies show. And I just feel like it's easier. It would be easier for them to recruit women from our St. Louis and Kansas City, just because they know it's gonna be young black men there. Sorry, not sorry.
Right.
And before we move on, like, as far as men, we from Kansas City. We college coaches, and everybody wants us to take their kid if we have some type of relationship with them. But I think people fail to realize, like, me and Ward are not head coaches at the end of the day too. We got somebody who we answer to, and we also got somebody else who we working with, one or two coaches. And as all four of us collectively, unless the boss man just puts his foot down, we all talk about a kid and agree on who's the best fit for us. So I can know somebody's kid, but if the other three coaches feel like this other player is better, that's what we're going to roll with. And I think a lot of times people feel just because we have a relationship that if I didn't offer your kid a scholarship, like I don't mess with the town. It ain't that easy. You know, this ain't high school and I can just go recruit and get a kid and bring them in. Like we dealing with a certain amount of scholarships we get with players returning. It ain't like we getting a whole new scholarship list every year. We bringing guys back. So sometimes it could be 10 D2 players coming out of Kansas City. We may only have 2 scholarships left that year. We can't get all 10. So a lot of people take it that way, but like, you know, we all know it's different angles to this coaching stuff, and it's just not on us, on me and Woo. Just like you guys, it's the same thing. It's more than just that one kid, you know, involved in everything. It's a team sport. It's not just you. You got to. That's why they call it a coaching staff. You work together, and sometimes you miss on a kid. It's part of it.
Hey man, and I'm gonna go further there. That's why I hate with Nate, man. You know, that's why we got really close friends. That's why I became really close to Nate, because he kind of helps me, you know, my filter, things like that. But I will say that was beautiful. But another thing, let me tell you, I was really real. Hey, this coaching thing, I got these 3 little kids, and all like, hey, that's how I feed them. So, you know, for me to continue to get a paycheck, I got to figure out a way to win. You know what I'm saying? I love my town. I might be great with some guys, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes, hey, man, y'all got to understand, and they may go to a different D2, but sometimes, man, hey, I feel like we got in Northwest the best D2 basketball program in the country. And when I'm recruiting, that's how I recruit. Can he help me beat Northwest? And a lot of times when it comes down, if he can help me beat Northwest, then I'm probably gonna offer him. But I don't think he can. Hey man, good luck wherever you go. You know what I'm saying? I'll help you get wherever I'll help you with it. I'll help anybody with that.
Are most of y'all kids from St. Louis?
Huh?
Are most of y'all kids from like St. Louis?
No. I recruit from everywhere, bro. I probably got more Cali kids than anything.
Is it more suburb kids or inner city kids?
Who?
More suburb kids or inner city kids?
Probably more inner city. But you know, it's so the thing with me, I'm just touching this right now. Like again, I'm telling you, I'm at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Our programs, we've done a lot since we got there. But still, as far as facilities and money wise, we're at the bottom. And you got to compete against UCMs, Northwests, the Lindenwoods, and things like that. And again, it's hard for us to get some of them guys closer to the area. So we have to pick a lane, try to pick a lane where all them guys don't get to. So that's why we go out west. You know what I'm saying? That's a secret. Y'all got it. That's cool.
Can I ask you a question?
We already know, bro.
I have a question. Did that stop y'all from coming to the gym though? That's what I'm trying to say. Did that stop y'all from coming to the city?
I don't watch girls basketball.
No, even just say in general. Woo.
No, Woo can't.
I'll be in the gym.
I just want to know that, but I wonder how can we? I know y'all the male side. How we get the women's coaches in the gym?
Man, I'm telling you, the coach we got now she would be in Kansas City on the regular.
Okay, that's all I want to know. How we get them?
She would be there.
She was just, matter of fact, she was just here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
she's coach.
Network?
Do you send information out about your players?
All the time.
I do too. I email
like no other. Try to call.
With like the assistant coaches or just the head coach?
All of them. All of them.
Let me get y'all as head coach, when y'all send the information out, hey, please don't send the information out like a stat line. You know what I'm saying?
No. I send like, hey.
Some guys be like, hey, I got this junior. He's a great kid. He got 3.5 and he can score. And you know, then you know, when it's like that, you really look up and it's like he averaged 1 point, like half a rebound.
No, I'm just trying to invite him to the gym.
Open them up.
You know what I'm saying? Like when Jazz was playing, when my girl Big Jazz was playing, I was just trying to get people into the gym because maybe she wanted to stay home. I didn't know. Like we didn't have people we did have some people, you know, like we had some people, Wichita State, you know, people come in, but I was really just, you know, just was wondering how would I get them inside the gym, like to see her. If there's people coming from Texas and Houston but why we can't have people around our, you know.
It's been like this. Like Kansas and Missouri, we just get overlooked. It's been like that for years on the boys' side too.
For years. But I'll tell you
that, you know, we don't get the scholarship for them coaches to come to our high school games. We lucky to get them at an AAU game.
Right.
We're playing against a big time program. So for them to fly into a Raytown or Northeast, all these schools, for me, I had college coaches like, I'm not going to Wyandotte High School. They're gonna be shooting. You know, that's when I was growing up. You know, they were scared to come to Wyandotte County or come to the inner city. you know,
I didn't
but
coach.
that's just how it was when I grew up. So it's been hard. It's been hard for all of us, the boys too, to get college coaches in there. And I know for me, I wasn't in the clearinghouse. I didn't take no ACT coming from Wyandotte High School. I didn't take none of that stuff till my senior year with Christian Davis. So I'm mad at schools now because it's a kid. I know several kids that's juniors and seniors that haven't even took a practice ACT. That's not in the clear. They don't know nothing about the 60-some hours or the things they could transfer over. They don't know nothing about that. And they 17, 18, senior year, a college ain't gonna they're not finna come waste their time. No college. If they need them at the education part.
Right.
If you haven't got your scores and that, it's tough.
Right.
True.
And that goes back to that recruiting part, goes back on the high school. That's something when a player, I get a player, their freshman year, and they say they have aspirations of playing at the next level. I'm already talking to their counselor. I got a sheet and I follow them the whole time. These are classes need to be taken and all that. So I make sure all my girls, they know after their freshman year, they sign up for the clearinghouse. And then they already know they got to start taking their ACT and start prepping for it.
Absolutely.
We getting in classes, you know, we got a class, a college prep class that they're in, or I'm making sure they're taking the correct teachers that's going to push them and get them set up. They're not just taking a whole bunch of easy classes. So that falls back on the high school coach.
Yep.
To make sure that that their kids are equipped so that they can move on to the next level.
And it goes back to like what Wu said, like, you know, placing your kids somewhere where they're going to look out for them and going to have their best interest. But the root of it is the player. And it ain't fair. Life ain't fair. No sports is fair. Opportunity, sometimes the timing is a big factor to it. But like this kind of keeping it real. If any kid, like you take a Zion Williamson, like you think them people at that high scores, AU coaches was going to let him go through high school without taking his ACT or make sure he had the right grades?
Right.
But why are they doing that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying they didn't love him, but like, because he's a talent. They see him going to make it to be a name. So they're going to attach themselves and make sure he gets out. There's not going to be that thing holding him back. Now, you got a lot of kids that, you know, if a coach don't, and I'm not saying every AAU coach and every high school coach, I'm not saying that, but we know of some that they're always around the kid that has the big name because there's some on the back end from it. Eventually, I'm going to get my shot by tagging on to this kid.
Right.
To each his own. But, you know, guys like Nodie, like he said, most people ain't going to say they like coaching little kids. But when you in it and you in it for the right reason and your passion is there, like he could have probably been somewhere. But that ain't what he's looking for. He's shipping those kids off, whether it's to college or an age group higher than what he's coaching at AAU. Those are the people who you want your kids around, not the people that's just always around the kids that are good.
Right.
Because what will tell you, and y'all know, you ain't always gonna have the top kid in your town and your team. But can you still motivate those kids, find a way for those kids to make it? Whether they D1, D2, JUCO, whatever, they all should still be on the same course as far as taking the ACT, being in the clear house, whether they going to Mizzou or whether they going to, you know, Avila, it shouldn't matter. But, and that's why I said it's not fair. So if you want that treatment to make sure you're good, it's not fair, but like get in the gym, make you a household name, and all the other stuff gonna come with that. So put the work in. And people gonna you won't have to go through these 4 or 5 walls as the kid that's not as good as you. And it's not fair, but life ain't. And that's just being real. You get a name of yourself, you putting in work, hey, it's gonna be a little easier path getting known and stuff like that. If all you can do is just, you know, dribble with my right hand, can't shoot, can't pass, can't do a spin move, your offers is gonna be a little limited. You know, it's just being real. Let's be honest.
But them high school coaches, they in them seats. They gotta play their part. They gotta play their part. You know, the counselors gotta play their part. You know, the AAU coaches gotta play their part. Because everybody don't have a basketball mom or a basketball dad or OG, you know, or they don't have that. So if we're not playing our parts, you getting good athletes, but they don't have their ACT scores. They don't know how to walk and talk or walk in a gym, pulling their pants up, warming up with do-rags and earrings and chains. Like, your AAU coach letting you do that, you know, and a college coach is looking at you like, you know how the world is already, white and black or, you know, whatever it may be. they judging you off of these type of things instead of the person who you really are. You know, so it's a lot of characters and a lot of things that we all have accountability for when we touching the kid. Because if you don't have a dad or a mom or a basketball OG around you, them kids don't know. Them
Right.
kids don't know. They
Right.
just do not know.
Right.
I think it's important. I think it's important for kids to be groomed at what level they at as well.
Facts.
And I think it's important for parents to be groomed to be able to talk to a coach when they're approached by being offered the things as well.
Right.
So with that being said, I just think it's important for them to be prepared for the moment.
Right.
So a lot of people aren't. And I think that it's very important for that when that moment takes place, people to be ready for those moments. So I think a lot of kids think that there's something that they're not. And I think some kids are insulted by thinking that they've been offered by a D2 or an NAIA or something like that, instead of missing that it's school paid for. Everybody want to go D1, but I don't think a lot of kids really recognize what D1 really is.
Right.
And what D1 really, what it really means, and what you really have to do to be a D1 athlete, and what it really requires to be a D1 athlete. So I think a lot of kids really have to understand that. And I don't think they do. I don't think a lot of kids understand that you're not coming home on the holidays. So I think a lot of kids need to understand what a D1 athlete is really required of. So I think a lot of kids really need to understand what that is.
Right.
You just said it, Nodie. You don't come home on the holidays. But these parents today, they had missed AAU practice for grandma's birthday. Or they had missed practice for something. And I'm like, you can't miss nothing unless it's death.
Right.
Because in college,
got a hair appointment.
yeah.
So
It's sad.
You can't, a college coach ain't let you miss
Man.
practice.
Because I gotta get my nails done. I have one of those.
That's what our kids are doing though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I gotta go get my hair cut. I gotta miss practice for this. I'm like, bro, you can't in college. They not letting you miss no practice.
No.
You don't even go home.
if you sick, shoot.
You still practicing that roll ankle.
I'm gonna say it like this. Just being on the podcast with Just You Six, clearly we need like a part 2 and 3, because it's a whole lot, especially with this group, that we can discuss and we can educate these parents on. You know, it's a lot that sound like we got to get off our chest as far as, you know, just letting them know, you know, what to do. But since we've been on this podcast about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, Woo, you was right. We was gonna be on here about 2 hours. You know, I just want to go ahead and just put this question out here. Since Nodie, you the OG, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start it off with you first. In your era of basketball, give me your top 5.
Top 5.
Community. I'm not talking about NBA, college. I'm talking about Kansas City area. Your top 5.
Top 5. My top 5. Anthony Peeler. Everybody know Anthony Peeler. AP. Joe Rainey. Everybody know Joe Rainey?
Yeah.
Okay, went to school with Anthony Peeler. Then I'm gonna have to go with Anthony Crompton. He went to Lincoln.
Yep.
Then my one Kansas guy. Everybody remember Jabo?
Jabo, for sure.
Go.
Jabo, I gotta go with Jabo. And then I'm gonna go with Jay Irvin. Because
Absolutely.
he's a 1990 guy. And then I gotta go with my one Northeast guy, because that's my alumni, and that's Aaron Collier.
Oh yeah, I see.
I mean,
AC.
that was
So
6. I said
I
5.
think-
I'll let you get away with it. That was 6. I'll let you get away with
Well,
it.
that was 5.
No, that was 6.
6. That was 6.
That was 6.
Okay, when I public school, math. You know what I'm saying? Don't judge.
Boo.
Huh?
I'm sorry, Boo Richardson. See,
Oh,
we're
Boo.
Boo.
So what's my error?
Yeah, that's what. Give me a
You
guideline.
graduated what? 04?
Yeah, I graduated 04. So what's my error? What's my time
Give
range?
me 2000 to 04.
No, Boo OG. No, Boo played with the OGs though.
Yeah, I played up all my life, but
Yeah.
So
I
wait,
guess
what is he? What are you?
my time
99
would
to the
be-
2000s? Give me that.
yeah, my time. Oh man, I felt like I was like the last of the Mohicans on my side, but I go Leo. I like Leo. I got to give Leo his props. You know, he been doing his thing, still balling professionally. Uh, I underdog Mike Hutchinson. I give. Oh man, like I don't really have. I like Marcus Walker. I like Marcus Walker on the Missouri side. He did his thing. Man, I feel like I feel like I killed a lot of the guys though. I feel like I killed a lot of guys, so I'm trying to figure out. I killed a lot of guys, so 3, Mike Hutch, Leo, Marcus. I'm trying to think of the next 2. I like Isaac Miles. Isaac Miles is a killer. I love Isaac there. And I guess I gotta go with my GOAT. Quentin Day. Quentin Day. That's my goat for my little area. Big bro.
I was about to ask you, was y'all funky?
No, that's my GOAT. That's big bro.
I was like, damn,
bro.
You ran off phone. I'm like, damn.
Nah, I was trying to show everybody love. You know, like, I really feel like that's the only guy. That's the only guy I never killed. You know, like Quentin Day, big bro is the one that he made sure I was little bro. But everybody else, I feel like I got the best of them. But I respect all them guys. Man, they hell of a basketball players. So that's my vibe. I like this.
Hey, give me yours.
What's my era? How many years I get? How many years?
Give me the late 90s. Late 90s.
99. You get 2 years.
99?
Yeah, I'm 99.
Oh, you a baby too. Give me 98 to 02.
Ooh. Jerron Rush for sure. My brother Kenny Johnson.
Yeah, absolutely.
He 98. You talking about my top 5, man. What year Cavell? Cavell came out later than that. I will go with the other Nate Johnson. I'll go with Victor Williams. That's 4.
That's 4.
Ooh, man, I'm gonna have to leave a couple people out.
That's tough.
Hard decision.
Man,
top 10.
Man,
I gave y'all this question.
I'm gonna say, you didn't say the air, and I'm gonna go with Brandon Jones, BJ. Even though he's 97, I'm still gonna give. I mean, I can't. We talking about killers. I gotta go down a level. And I know I missed out some people, but as far as I respect everybody, like Boo said, but like those are guys, they was like I give people credit that packed out gyms. Put it like that. It wasn't just me, but the town was there to watch these people play. I can name 10 more, but those are the 5 I'm rolling with.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Hear ye. First of all, I'm saying, I'm gonna take myself out of it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably the best winner that the city's seen.
It was hard.
I'm probably the best winner. But I'll have to go with, and I'm gonna go. I gotta go with. I'm gonna go with T. Lou. I'll go with Nate.
Which Nate?
What the real Nate? The real Nate?
Nate from Wyandotte. Nate, Nate's kind of he's Nate's on a year above me. Nate 2 years, so I'm keeping my hair. I'm gonna go 95 to 98.
Okay, got you.
Good one, Boo. Good try. Good try.
My bad, big bro.
I will. Man, it's just too many, man.
Too many.
Shit. I got BJ. I mean,
it's too many, man.
It is really too many. Especially, you talking? It's too many. My area way more than your shit. It's hard. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave Jerron out because he on everybody's list all the time. And I mean, everybody know he is.
Give him his flowers, bro. Give him his flowers. Keep giving his flowers.
Yeah, we gonna just put it a little star. Jerron.
A little asterisk next to Jerron.
Damn, Earl right there. I got too many. I can't leave my IL guys out. Can't leave Mike Freeman out. Mike Freeman in there make my top 5.
Mike Freeman top 5.
Shit, it's way too many. That was 7 already, 8?
And I didn't ask for it. You like 3 over.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. Take BJ off mine since Wu said he 97. I forgot Kareem Rush. I'm tripping.
Oh, we taking BJ out yours.
Yeah, Kareem.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, I'm definitely tripping. If I get, what years I get?
Ron Watson.
Yeah, added in the list.
I got to, because I got to go with Jeff Hawkins, Malcolm Campbell. I got to
You
go.
changed the whole list.
Because I was trying to like show like 2004
Political
love.
correct.
2005.
Is Cabell, what's Cabell, 05, 06?
Yeah, them guys, yeah. I was just trying to do like 1 year. But my era, I looked Jeff Hawkins, Malcolm Campbell, Quentin Day. Them was the 3. Them my only 3. Them my only 3 right there. And then like I said, if I gotta go with Earl and Vic and Vincent Smith. That's it. That's my real 5-6.
Vincent Smith. Bad boy.
Eylesia, girls, top 5 from your era.
Killed them all.
Daniel Adams. Daniel McCray. Tyra White.
Yeah.
Tabor Spaney. I gotta say Arnisha Bailey, she was there before I got to Pembroke. Where am I at?
That's 5.
5. Okay. I mean, there's more, but I'm just trying to think.
No, we ain't being politically correct. That's your 5.
That's my 5. Okay.
What's your 5?
Huh?
What's your 5?
Got a list already. Don't try to look down at it.
No, I ain't even write a list because I wasn't gonna answer the question. I don't even have a list. It's not even my era for real though, but I'm gonna say Keisha Bonds, Keisha.
Absolutely.
Who else is out there? Oh, Giovanni was out there.
Absolutely.
She didn't get enough credit, but I'm gonna say CC Piggy. Should have definitely got more credit than she got. Was that 5? What am I at?
4.
4?
What about Marshall Campbell, Tamara? Them girls was cold.
See?
You gotta go down Northeast for your last one.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Skaggs. I'm gonna say Patricia Skaggs. That's 5.
Hey,
I gotta add 2 or 4.
y'all know that Cornell Dooley was supposed to be in Northeast too, right?
First of all,
Y'all too young for that though.
nah, hey, let me tell you a story about Cornell
Y'all
Dooley.
didn't even know about that. See,
Hey, man.
hey, let me tell you something, boo. You look comfortable with that hoodie on, but you got a lot of heat on your head.
Definitely.
That's a legacy you walking down there to.
Listen,
Nation, boy. When
I
you
did
walk
my
in there, you
research,
look to
OG.
your left. Okay. When we walk in there, and I'm telling you something, boy.
I did my research.
You did a lot of research.
Yeah, that's why I got
Hilarious.
I've been getting Facebook phone calls like, who is this? You know I went to know. I'm like, what you want?
Well, you need to see, because I ain't like much of a basketball player, but I want you to look at something, okay? And I want you to see who held the 3-point record down there.
That's a bet.
All right.
I'm with it. You know I respect you, man.
All right, just check it out.
We'll do.
And I might use to could have shot that thing, man.
Hey.
I don't know where I learned how to play defense, but I used to shoot that ball from Van Brunt.
Hey, again, as
I think they got your picture on there, man. I think they got your picture on the hallway.
Yeah, that's my bro. That's my bro. And they won like a bunch of games. I didn't play no D. I was that one guy. I was a matador. Olay.
Hey, Fisa.
Hey, huh?
Fisa, what about Fittonia?
Hey, look, the 5, the limit of.
Oh, damn, hold on. I forgot about Terrell Johnson.
Oh, hey.
Oh, yeah.
Look, we about to.
Yeah,
look,
All I know about
Let
is
me go
Keisha
ahead.
Candy.
As I said before,
Keisha
how
Candy.
I be, huh?
All I know about is Keisha Candy and
I said
Marshall Campbell.
I said Keisha.
Keisha was like my goat for the
Yeah,
women.
I said
She
Keisha.
played killing the dudes.
Yeah.
I said that. I gave her, her flowers. But
She
again,
was on your show, right? She
yes,
was on there.
she was. Like her and Nate. Her
Hey,
Yeah,
bro,
son.
her
was
name is, she called her Keisha Keisha. So you know what that means.
she was real.
She said Keisha Keisha.
Two
No
Keisha.
disrespect to the other Keisha she said.
Right,
But
it's
Right.
Keisha.
yeah,
Keisha.
Keisha Keisha.
Keisha was different. Keisha was different.
Definitely,
Sure was.
definitely different. But
Hey, I
again,
want to give all y'all flowers, man. And peace. I want to give you your props and your flowers for having a heck of a show. So thank y'all for having me. Hey, y'all been tremendous.
I appreciate
Appreciate
you.
it.
I appreciate
And I
all of
wish all y'all a great and spectacular and safe and happy season.
Same here.
Absolutely.
Banger.
Back at you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you all
Same
again.
thing.
I'll be in touch with you all. If anybody's available for drinks later on tonight, it's on me. Just hit me up. I'll if y'all in town.
Cash at me.
Oh, that's a good one. Cash out that fifth. Cash out that.
Yeah.
I thank you all. You all be safe. Good luck on upcoming seasons. Good luck on your recruits, coaches. We'll be in touch. And again, I appreciate you. And this platform was just to give you all your flowers as it was due. So
All
I
right.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
have a good
I'll say
night.
about-
I take care.
Take care, y'all.
Bye bye.
All right.